I'll hit record now. So once again, good evening, welcome here with the North America RaceRoom YouTube channel. It's a pleasure to be here. This evening, we've got the weekly ranked event, 90 minutes at the Salzburgring with the Group 5 vehicles. They are, I don't even think I've ever driven one of these in RaceRoom before. I really don't know if I want to. There are multiple of choices that folks can take this evening. If you keep an eye on the sponsor banner above the standings, it'll actually roll through the various vehicles that are available in this group to run. So we'll try to see, we'll try to get a good view out on the track of who has what, to kind of familiarize ourselves with these. But as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. This is also recording, so this is going to be this will be put up on the YouTube page as well, probably in a higher resolution for to watch later on. So hopefully I can be heard. I don't know. I don't know if you all can hear me or not. Let's see. Let's find out. Maybe I can't be heard. I'm not sure. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can't, then I'll try to fix that. I know it can be heard on the recording, so I'm being heard by someone somewhere at some point in this universe. But as always, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Cool, I can be heard. Thank you so much. YouTube's telling me that it's telling me something about my audio, but I'm not really going to listen to it. Audio's good. Thank you all. Thank you so much. But make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. As always, no matter if we're here on YouTube or if we're over on Twitch, every video that we do is uploaded to YouTube, usually in 1080p 60 frames per second, so usually pretty good quality videos of all the races that we do, or all the races that at least I am available to either race and record, or record and commentate like I am right now for you. So subscribe here, get your notifications set up, that way you can see when we go live, like some of you probably saw, or you get a notification when videos go up. What else is there? Make sure, if you want to comment on things we're doing good, or things we're doing bad, let us know. We're always looking to improve, or we're always looking to keep what we're doing. We're not looking to ever go backwards. We're always looking to go forward. So certainly let us know, either in comments or in the Discord if you're there. Let us know what we're doing. If you're not in the Discord, whether you're watching here live or if you're watching and recording later on, there's a link in the description for the North America RaceRoom Discord community. Make sure and find your way there, as the community, we're almost up to 450 members, so it's growing pretty heavily. Obviously, we're a RaceRoom Discord, but we also do other sim racing as well, and all the various sims that are out there. We get together for races that are unranked, put together. The combinations thought up by us. We also organize for all the ranked racing, like you're going to see here tonight. So hopefully we see a pretty good number of racers. Honestly, I don't have a clue how many we might see. These cars are a little bit scary. They're a little bit tough to drive. Only from what I'm told. I actually haven't even driven one of these vehicles. But I have driven this track. This is a pretty fun track. It's certainly not too technical. you can very easily find yourself in a lot of trouble come turn 1, where there is a very quick chicane. So we might see some trouble there. But right now we're on Theodore Insbury, who's currently in P1. Let me look at the server here to see how many people are actually in here. So right now we have 5 people. We will definitely have more than 5 because there are some names not present that we're planning on running this evening. So we now just jumped up to 6. So it should be fun. It should be fun to watch and to go along with. Hopefully this stream holds up. My apologies if the quality doesn't look that great at times. I do have trouble live streaming to YouTube for one reason or another. Twitch is usually okay for me, but hey, I wanted to try this. I wanted to try to get one up on YouTube live to see what happens. So I mean, we're fine for now. We'll see how long this goes. If we need to switch to Twitch, I will flood this chat with the link, and we'll all go over there. But either way, what do we have? We got 18 minutes of practice. So with this being a ranked server, a ranked event, you have to be in before qualifying. So hopefully, if people want to run this, they join within the next 17 minutes and 45 seconds. So while we have a little bit of time here, I will show you the track layout, which is very simple here. So here we go. So as you can see, this is a very oblong. It's a very long course. Pretty much the entire back straight is flat out. So you have your start finish line, and as you can tell, turns 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 are where we may see a lot of problems for folks. As you're speeding down the front straight, you have to hit the brakes very hard and come to a very, not a complete stop, but you have to come back so slow to get through 1 and 2. There are, let's see, what are there? There is a tire barrier on the inside, or on the outside of 1. There are not tires, but what are they? They're almost actually, I think they are tires in the ground on the inside of 1. So you have to be very, very precise getting through there fast while not hitting one barrier or the other and potentially ruining and ending your evening. But once you get through 2, 3, and 4 are pretty much flat out into 5, which is a sweeping right-hander. That you can get into the throttle pretty easily. Well, I don't know in Group 5s. In anything else, you can get in the throttle pretty fast into 5 and slingshot your way back into 6. Once you get to 6, you're holding free all the way through 7, 8, 9, 10, until you come to a sweeping right-hander again, an even wider sweeping turn for 11, which will then throw you into another right-hander, another tighter sweep of turn 12, that then throws you into 13, which that as well has tire barriers, maybe on both in and out. But that's another one you have to kind of, as you're slingshotting around 12, you have to get on the brakes pretty hard, pretty fast to get through 13, which then flows you into 14, around 15, and you're back over the start finish line. So it's not that technical, but in these cars, turns 1 and 2, 13, 14 will probably be pretty crazy, and we'll probably see some pretty high speeds in some of these vehicles, from 6 all the way down to 11. So it's gonna be madness, I'll tell you that much. But now that we've seen this, if you look, the length of this track, just over 2.5 miles. If you're in the kilometers, 4.2 kilometers. So not that long of a track. So P1 Theodore Insbury at the moment running a 1:24.5. So pretty quick times for 90 minutes. this will be an endurance race to run that fast for 90 minutes, to stay clean, to stay no damage and everything else. So let's now that we've seen that, let's jump back into the server and let's try to find someone, since I didn't do an in-car lap. Let's try to find someone getting close. Theodore's on the back stretch. Emery Anderson, he is coming up to 11 and 12. Which Theodore's going to flow that on the way too. Luke Filippone. Let's jump in there. So he's coming through that 13, 14, 15. So here we go. So this is going to be our in-car lap with Luke Filippone. Hopefully we make it all the way around. We'll see. But he has just crossed the start-finish line there. And you're going to see as you come down to turn 1, the very tight chicane, tires everywhere, inside, outside. They do not move. So if you hit those, you're going to get stuck. You're going to have damage. But there was 3, and then there's 4, and then you're going to see the sweeping right-hander into 5, which then will throw you into 6. And this is going to be flat out. We're going to see the kilometers per hour and what he gets up to here. He's in the exact speed. So 7, 8, 9, 10, all the way through here. There was 10. So here's 11. He's got someone really right there behind him, really pressing him here in practice. But there's 11 all the way around. Here in 12, a sweeper, which is going to throw you down into 13, which, as I said, is a very tight left-hander with tires on the inside. So if you get too close to that tire or that tire there in 14, it's another one that does not move, so you will have some damage. But there's through 15 and back across the line. He's going to do that in a 1:28.6. So right now, good for 4th here in practice. So hopefully you enjoyed that. That's a lot better than what I would have done with my quote-unquote in-car laps. So we'll be up to 8 people. I would assume probably going to get around 10 to 12, hopefully more. But there's 11 minutes left for people to join in here. But we'll let the auto director kind of jump around through the various folks. So here's the BMW. So here's what I'll try to do for you is I'm going to try to find the various vehicles that we may see here. Theodore Insbury is in he's in a Fab car. That's the Fab car. That's not the Capri. We're going to stay on him. I'm going to keep watching the sponsor up there as it flows through. That way we can see what each one is, what the name of them are. He's in the Jägermeister livery, which he's already won in my book. He's P1 already. He doesn't even have to run this. I really made the changing of the cars in that sponsor very long. There it is. The Fab car 935. That's what he's in there. So took that long to figure that out. Mohammed here is in the BMW. I think it's a 350 turbo. So here's the look of this boxy bad car here as he navigates his way through turn 1 and 2. What do we have here? Emery Anderson is in. You know what I could do here? Let's make this really easy. Let's do. I thought I could have it show what vehicles are in. so I can't tell what he's in. He's in one of the Chevrolets, obviously. I don't know if that's the Greenwood or if that's the other one. He's the only Chevrolet in here right now. He's in the Monza, because it says right there on the side of the vehicle. So that's the Chevrolet Monza, which is different than the Greenwood Chevrolet, which we don't have in here. Luke Filippone we saw, but he's in the Zach Speed Capri. I do know that. So that's a bad looking car right there. Bad as in a bad mamma jamma. Here is this is the Greenwood Chevrolet. That's a major hood on that bonnet, wherever you want to call it, wherever you hail from. That is a major front end on that vehicle. So that's the variation of what we have in here right now. Everyone else is running either a Zach Speed. There's 4 BMWs at the moment, so that's kind of the car of choice. But we'll let this flow through. Hopefully everything's still looking fine. Those sparks, yeah, the sparks are pretty glorious to see there, and we're probably gonna see them a lot, because it seems like some of these vehicles are damn near touching the ground all the way through, so it's gonna be stuff everywhere. And we have 8 folks. We had 9 for a second. There are some. Thea Lupu, he was going to be in here, but he isn't at the moment yet. We'll see where he potentially jumps in. We've got 2 likes already. It's pretty good. If you're in here and you have not liked the video yet, throw a like on there. Or if you're watching this later, make sure you like it. Make sure you find other videos on this channel, like those as well, or dislike. You know, I'm not saying you have to like it. You can dislike things if you want to. All of YouTube's algorithms somehow tie into all of it, whether you like, dislike, or anything. So feel free to do whatever you want to with any of these videos. Who do we have here? So we're up to 11 people. So we're getting there. We'll have a decent, well, you know, a decent amount, I guess you could say. I feel like this Group 5, these collection of vehicles are very, they're very centric, or they're niche, where you have to, I guess you have to know them to really understand how to drive them. So, not to say that that's throwing people off or making folks shy away from it, but I'm sure they're not as popular as some of the other vehicles in RaceRoom, so that might be putting some folks off, but we at least have 11 at the moment, which is a decent amount. Hopefully all 11 stick through to qualifying, stick all the way through qualifying, and make it to the end of this race. We'll see. Hopefully the stream makes it to the end of the race. That'd be really nice too. Since there's 6 people watching right now, thank you to those 6. I'm not even sure if I'm one of them. There might be 5 people, plus me. Who knows? And we are down to 30 seconds left in practice. We have 10 people in the server. And we'll see if all 10 stick around for qualifying. Hopefully they do, because, well, I think RaceRoom has changed that, where it used to be if you made it to qualifying and you dropped out, you had a major negative hit to your reputation, where I think they've changed it to where you can drop out maybe all the way up until the end of qualifying and not have any type of hit to your reputation anymore. So hopefully we see all 10. Oh, well, there just went 1, so we're now down to 9. So we are now in qualifying. We have 20 minutes of qualifying. I certainly will not talk continuously for 20 minutes here. Only because I'll probably run out of things to say. But we'll see what happens here with these 9 folks left. We'll see what times they put up, and we'll see where everyone falls. Not sure who's out there first, or who's the furthest. Probably Luke Filippone. So what we'll do is, as he makes his way around, we'll stick on him to watch his first qualifying lap, see where he ends up, since he'll be setting the bar for everyone else behind him. He's sparking his way around turn 11 there. Well, 10, 11, now 12. Here he comes down the line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the cockpit. We're going to watch 2 laps. This is my in-car lap earlier, so now we're going to see the qualifying lap from this point of view all the way around. But that was a pretty good entry and exit into the turns 1 and 2 chicane. 3 and 4 there. Now he's going to sweep around 5. That long backstretch. Down to 11 here. See how he does through 13 and 14, which is another little, not quick chicane, but enough to get in trouble if you're too fast in or out. That was pretty good. Another exit out of those 13, 14, around 15 to cross the line right there. So 126.566. That is the mark that everyone's hitting. Theodore Insbury invalidated his first lap there. Mateus Lirio has a 126.37, so almost 2/10 faster than Luke Filippone. Now sitting in P1. Circle through Zoltan in the wall there. Somehow the timer is still going. Which is surprising. No, I thought he didn't validate that lap by hitting the wall and sliding all over the place. Here comes Mohammed, who's now in the backstretch. Oh no, sorry, he's in the front stretch. Now he's in the backstretch. So he's about half a second off the P1 pace. Follow him all the way. Almost sideways through the backstretch. Working those tires. He's just getting those tires warmed up through 10 and 11 through 12. And you can see on the leaderboard now, Theodore Insbury is a full over a second and a half ahead in P1. So that was a blistering lap he just sat there. And Mohammed is now through 15. He's going to come across. Where's he going to come across there? 1:26.9. Good for P4 at the moment. About 2.2 seconds off the pace. So we'll auto direct. Oh, it catches everyone. I don't get caught sleeping by not moving around enough. Seems to be doing better, at least on this lap, as he's hitting greens for himself. Comes across at 1:25.019, moves into P2, and still 1.2 seconds off the pace of Theodore Ainsbury in P1. Gilles Daigle. My apologies to anyone who may watch this later who raced, and if I butcher your name, I'm very sorry. But I think it's Gilles. Either Gilles or Gilles Daigle. I might say it differently 30 more times through the rest of this, but we'll go with that. Looks like he slowed way down to someone by, which I think is Zoltan. So that will obviously alter his time pretty heavily there. It will put him on the board though. So he at least at a time. Who that was going off into the gravel. Alex Araki. Alex Araki. It's a new name we have not seen before. Flying the United States flag. He might be a newer member in the Discord, or he may not be in there at all, and he may just be running this race. But it's good to see him out. Ing Fuffins, maybe. Either way, he's in 5th at the moment. Set a green sector for number 1, so he's at least faster through that sector for him. We're going to see what happens here for sector 2. If it's green, it's a personal best. If it's purple, it's a session best. If it's gray, it means they did worse than their first time through. And I'm not even sure where section 2 stops. Right there. So that was gray. So that means he did worse in sector 2 than his first time through. He was very slow through sector 2. Comes across the line at a 1:29.4. So obviously sector 2 and 3 he was much slower in. Get back to Luke Filipone. Look in the server. So we still have all 9 people yet. Zoltan has not set a time. And maybe he just won't set a time. Oh, we lost somebody. Who'd we lose? We're down to 8 people now. I'm not sure who we've lost. We're down to 8. Hopefully we keep 8. So we have 10 minutes of qualifying left. So Theodore Ainsbury has improved on his time. He's a 1:24.388. So he's now 1.6 seconds ahead of P2. So he's improved his time. We've lost another one. Who'd we lose now? We've lost Zoltan. No, we haven't. He went off. We're down to 7 people now. We're dropping out like flies. See, we still have Theodore. We still have Luke Filipone. Emery Anderson is still in here. D3. Mohammed is still in. Ing Gillis. Oh, we've lost Alex and Rocky. He's dropped out. Everything's out there running. So right now we're at 7. I won't say anything, so I think I'm jinxing. Oh, maybe. Jill. Could be. I'm awful with names. I mean, names that can be said in multiple different ways. I usually pick the wrong way, but Jill. Jill or Gills? Or Gillis? We've lost 6th place. We're down to 6 people now. We may be down to like 3 people by the time we get to qualifying. Who knows? They are dropping out. So Zoltan, that's what happens if you, well, you may have just done that, maybe on purpose, but that is a very realistic scenario there. If you miss your braking point, not an auto director either. I'm stuck on the whole thing. If you miss your braking point at turn 1, then you could very easily find yourself kind of just stuck, beached in that gravel where you've got tires in front of you. You've got tires in the ground beside you. So you're then having to maneuver where to go, how to get out. A lot of time will be lost, for sure. So it's going to be a lot of laps where you're worried about turns 1 and 2. So I'm going to get about 6.5 minutes left for qualifying. I'm going to pray that we keep 6 people in here. Zoltan is the only one that has yet to set a time, so if we see his name pop up on the standings, that means all 6 left in the server have set a time, so let's hope we get there. But I'm going to step away for just a moment. This will keep cycling through people as it wants to. And I will be back just before race time. Probably a little bit sooner than that, but I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I will be right back. Well, there we have it. So 6 people are left. All 6 have set a time. So P1, Theodore Ainsbury down with a 124.298. Luke Filippone coming in second. P2 just over a second slower, 125.3. And Emery Anderson there, P3, 1.8 behind P1 with a 126.144. So a smaller grid than we normally see for these ranked events, but I think the Group 5 is a little tough to drive, so that may have played a part with the numbers. But hey, we're gonna make the best of it. We got 6 people left. 6 people all vying for that P1 or P2, P3. Everyone's for a podium. What I'm gonna do Because once all these names pop up, I'm going to... So this is from Zoltan's perspective here in the cockpit. We're going to follow him all the way down. Or try to at least to see. Looks like Theodore Insbury got kind of a slow start there. That's what happens in T1 from this perspective. Hopefully no problems with the death. Looks like some folks getting wide. Now it's just they're behind Muhammad in P1. 5 and 6, and we've also got Emory Anderson and Theodore Insbury. A tight pack of 4, all coming down the back straight. And I'm going to have to assume that with as short as this track is, we'll probably see some pack racing, I would assume, where if these guys can stay together, we're going to see some close battles, probably, hopefully all night long. Voice is low in cockpit view. I'll move the game volume down just a tad. That might be a little bit better than. I'll try not to put cockpit for myself, but if the auto director is perfect. How do I sound? I sound okay. This is a test. Luke Filippone, P2 coming down the stretch. Trying to get by Mohammed here in P1, around T1, T2. They make it sparks everywhere. And you can see Emory Anderson and Theodore Insbury there, very close behind in P3 and 4. And I haven't even thought about pit strategy. I don't know what strategy anyone's going to try to run. I'm unsure how big fuel tanks are. I'm unsure how tires last. So when anyone goes to pit, it'll be just as a surprise to you as it is to me. So there's another interesting aspect about how this is all going to play out. These guys are sliding ball. Ooh, little contact with Luke and Mohammed there. Luckily, Luke keeps it out of the wall. Has moved to 4th, and will have to try to catch up here to Theodore and Emory here in P2 and 3. I don't know if Muhammad was just a little more on the brake than Luke anticipated, but Luke got into the back right quarter panel and sent himself sliding to the inside, but luckily kept it out of the wall, so there should be no damage to his vehicle, and should allow him to keep going with really no issue other than just trying to catch back up to the lead pack. Emory Anderson looks like he had that turn 1 and 2 is going to be diabolical all night, but that has now opened up the door here for Luke to try to get back into the podium position and to fight his way back to P1 and 2. And the game's going into the cockpit view, so I'll kind of talk during that and see. Let me know if my voice is still a little too low, if and when it jumps to cockpit view. Here's going to jump up to Theodore Insbury and the Fab car, the Jägermeister Fab car, which is a glorious livery. But he's going to try to track down Mohammed here for P1. And Luke Filippone keeping himself very close here to Emory Anderson in 3 and 4 as they come back across the line down the backstretch. And Theodore, from 15 down to 1, has caught Muhammad, passed Muhammad. and has successfully made his way through turns 1 and 2 to take the lead of this race. And there goes Luke Filippone trying to get himself around Emery Anderson for P3. I would have to assume that turn 1 and 2 are going to be the spot to pass if someone either has trouble with turn 1 or just doesn't navigate it as well as someone else. It's going to be a hot area all night. I think Luke will have to check the floorboard of his vehicle post-race to see if it's even left. His car does nothing but spark all the way around the circuit. He's doing everything he can to try to get by here. So there's another great shot coming down the stretch from the cockpit view as we'll see if it sticks all the way through. It does not, so he likes to jump to turn 1 to this view, which kind of misses at times the person ahead when they go through turn 1. But it looks like from the standings at least, Theodore Insbury has about a 4.5 lead from P1 to P2. And Emery and Luke here are about 3.5 to 4 seconds back from Muhammad in P2. So they are fighting for position, but they are also trying to claw their way back up to at least to P2. They're about 7 seconds. And that looks to be Mohammed on the outside of turn 11 there, turn 10, 11. So that has given a spot to Emery and Luke Filippone, who now sit in P2 and 3. And there goes Luke to the inside, and now to the outside, in 13, 14. So now Luke Filippone back up to P2, with Emery Anderson sitting in P3. Sparks here through 10, 11, 12. It looks like they're going to hold steady there with P2 and 3. Theodore Insbury almost has a 10-second lead now from Luke in P2. So Theodore is in the zone at the moment. Let's see. Zoltan's a lap down. So does that mean Zoltan looks to be out? Unfortunately, his car also looks to be up off the front. It doesn't say if there's any damage or not, so I don't know if he's out due to damage or due to paying or a disconnect or whatnot. But unfortunately, Zoltan Bertop, P6, has. We'll end up with a DNF for this race. We are now down to 5 5 people with Mr. Insbury. We jump to him here with a almost 11-second lead. With him coming up, we're going to move to his cockpit, which has a crazy looking cockpit in that car there. What we're going to do is we're going to follow him at least through a lap here and see how he navigates this circle. That, my friends, was a cool, calm, and collected lap from your leader, Theodore Ensbury, who is now about 11.5 seconds from P2. We're going to jump back to the auto director just to see. You have about 11.5 seconds from P1 to P2. From P2 to 3 is about almost 5 seconds. And then from 3 to 4, you got about a little under 2.5. About 2 seconds at the moment now. So, and then from 4 to 5, you have about 8 seconds. So right now they're all it's pretty spread out, other than 3 and 4 that you're seeing right here. With Muhammad trying to chase down Emery Anderson for a podium position. I don't know if that was, not really sure what was happening there. He was skipping all over the place. I don't know if that was Mohammed or if that was my connection to the server or what that was. It was weird. And if you're here watching at the moment, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you like this, put a like on it. Who is that spinning around? That's Luke Filippone, who's had it spin after turn 15 into the start-finish line, who now drops back to P4. So he's gone from P2 to P4 just like that. Now with P2 about 18 seconds behind P1. So that is unfortunate, but Luke is pretty close there to Muhammad at P3, so he's going to have opportunities to try to get back in place, try to get back on the podium, because we now have about 1 hour and 16 minutes left. So not even 15 minutes have passed. It seems like this race has been going on forever already. It's really probably just because of the short track, fast lap times, and everyone so far keeping it pretty clean while out there. So. But if you're here at the moment, and if you haven't liked this, if you haven't put a like on this yet, put a like on it, or put a dislike, one or the other. And as always, thank you for joining us, whether we're here on YouTube or on Twitch. And thanks for allowing us to do this, to stream these races either live or at least put a recording up. And you know, if you know of anyone that is into sim racing or that likes to watch sim racing, I mean, I like to watch, even if I'm not racing, like I still like to watch it. Share this video, share any of the other videos that are currently on the YouTube page. You know, share it around. The more views, the better. The more likes, the more everything. The more members in the Discord. And it's all great stuff. But as you can see here, Filippone, as I said, is close enough that he's going to be able to fight his way back, you know, which he's trying to do here with Mohammed. So he might be able to chase him down, maybe get a spot back from the loss he had earlier. And you see Mohammed is hard on the brakes there, getting off loose in the back end, managing to keep it though, and to stay ahead through turns 1 and 2. Crazy, all the sparks coming off that car. I think that car is sparking more than any other car on the track right now. Here we go. Luke is probably going to try to make his move at any time now. If he gets a good entry and exit out of the 13-14 chicane, he might be able to. As I'm saying that, Mohammed gets a little loose, hits the gravel on the outside of turn 13-14, and Luke manages to get back up into P3. So now he's going to try to chase down Emery Anderson in P2 to see if maybe he can't get that place back as well that was lost earlier from the slight spin he had at the end of 15. While all this is going on, David Rensburg has increased his lead to 23 seconds. So he is a man on a mission, a cool, calm, collected mission, and he's doing everything right at the moment to increase his lead, to keep the lead, and to hopefully have all this pay off at the end of this race. What we have to watch out for is going to be if he's able to build a lead big enough where he could potentially pit and come back out and keep P1. No threat of losing it, from a pit stop. So I don't know when pit stops may come into play. As I said earlier, I'm not sure of the length of what the fuel can go, or how the tires can burn off, how fast or how slow. So we'll try to keep an eye on when someone may head to the pits, and that'll kind of give us an idea of how long they can go. This might be a one-stopper. It might be a two-stopper. I don't honestly not sure. We'll find out. We'll all find out together, one way or another. Zoltan. This is Zoltan in the chat. Zoltan, what happened? Was it damage? Disconnect? Ping? What put you out? The unfortunate DNF. You were running well there for a while. Brutal opponent. Ooh. I don't know if he clipped the barrier there or not, but he has managed to climb his way back from P4 up to P2 from his earlier solo incident, and is now going to try to do everything he can to run away from Emery Anderson there in third place. Zoltan kicked your power plug from the steering wheel. Oh my! That is massively unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. And hello, and welcome. So the auto director here is going to stay with these two. Probably for a while because they are the closest together on track. Emery's taking inside 9 to 10. Try to get by Luke, which does not work. Luke Lincoln's firing back on the inside and manages to stay ahead through turns 11 and 12. And if he makes his way through 13, 14, 15 just fine, then he will be ahead at the start-finish line, all the way down to turn 1. Which he manages to do. And I'm going to click, we're going to check on Theodore up here at the front. So he is just, he's in a world of his own at the moment. I mean, when you have that much of a lead, you don't have to really take any risk or any chances or anything. You just have to stay the course, stay on track, not do anything crazy, and just flow from there, which he's doing. So he's up to about a 20, almost a 28-second lead on P2. So we'll check back in. We'll check back in on him here in just a bit. See how he does. Hits the inside gravel there just a little bit, but you know, nothing to really disrupt his lap or his race at the moment. So while Theodore's doing that, we're going to jump back here to P2 and 3 with Luke Filippone and Emery Anderson. It's alright, Zoltan. You were slow, but hey, man, you were in it. You were going there for a while. You're still out there looking good. Mohammed has hit the outside gravel of turn 12. So that will put him back about 11 seconds from Emery Anderson there in third place. As you can see, Mohammed come into the picture there at the very end, with Emery and Luke going through turns 1 and 2. the auto director here, deciding to check in on Mr. Insbury, who is still just cruising along about 28.5 seconds ahead of P2. So he's doing everything he needs to do. And Emery Anderson here about 3 seconds now behind Luke Filippone in P3. And Theodore, that car has a massive wing on the back of it, which I just now noticed. He's in the Fab car. Emery Anderson here in the Chevrolet Monza, trying to run down Luke Filippone in the exact speed Capri. Coming up on 1 hour to go. 60 minutes left of the 90-minute endurance race here at Salzburgring with the Group 5 vehicles. The current running order, as you can see in the standings, but we'll also jump around here. So you have Theodore Insbury sitting in P1 with now an almost a 31-second lead from P2. Theodore had a slightly slow start to the race off the line. Was in 4th place for maybe a couple laps at the most. Finally got up to P1 and then really just started to pull away, putting in consistent laps. His last lap there was a 125.3, so I'm going to have to assume that most of his laps have not varied too much from that point. So that's allowed him to increase his lead to almost 30 seconds, which is probably a full pit stop. So he's probably now in that window of he could pit and not lose a spot to P2 during a pit stop. So he is cruising along, looking good, and we'll see where he is here in a little bit. We'll jump back to P2 here. You see P2 and P3, but P2 Luke Filippone. I mean, Luke's been, I'm not sure if he's been up in P1 yet, but he has kind of yo-yoed his way from P2 to P4 and up and back. Had a slight spin at turn 15 at one point, which put him from P2 down to P4, and he's now clawed his way back from P4 back up into P2. Granted, he's 31 seconds behind Theodore Insbury, but he has about a 2.5 second lead on P3, which is Emery Anderson, which we will move to. And Emery and Luke have been pretty much right there with each other from the start, in constant battle, constant clean battles. I mean, they've been passing each other. They've been going back and forth. It's been fun to watch. Emery's now about 3 seconds behind Luke, but still within a viewing distance of Luke. So that, there's always an opportunity. There's always a chance to close the gap to get by for anything to happen. So that's where those two have been. We'll jump back to P4. So Mohammed, I always say his last name, Odia is what I'll say right now. Mohammed was in P1 for a bit. He's had a couple off tracks. He's had a couple solo incidences. Hit the gravel a few times, but he's been in the top 4 the entire race so far. He's looked good while out there. Granted a couple incidents, but hey, anything can happen. So he's still running, still P4. He's about 13 seconds behind P3, but about 7.5, 8 seconds in front of P5. So he's got a little bit of a bubble there between P3 and 5. So if he continues to be clean, if he continues to put in consistent lap times, he should either stay there, or once pit stops become a thing, then the standings might get a little tossed up for him. We'll move back to P5, a name that I have not seen previously from Canada. There's 3 ways to say his first name. Who knows if any of them are correct? Gillis, Daigle. My apologies if all those are wrong, or if any of those are wrong. He's been running, very much off the pace, but a consistent race. I think he's been in the P5 to 6 range for the entire race. Due to Zoltan's unfortunate DNF, he is in P5. Still, 9-10 seconds behind Muhammad in P4, so he's definitely within shouting distance for any pit stop once those happen. So, we will keep an eye out to see how things progress for him and for everyone, P1 through P5, to see how things turn out. So, but there is 1 hour left, 30 minutes down. There's your running order, P1 through 5. Zoltan, unfortunately, in P6. Will stay in P6 as he is now out of this race. According to the chat, he kicked the power plug of the steering wheel, which is never a good thing, and will always result in a disconnect. So, unfortunate for him, but as always, we'll see Zoltan back. He's always around, he's always out there, he's always turning laps. So we will put the auto director back on so we can jump to whoever we may. It jumps up to Theodore Ensbury, 33 seconds ahead. And still running consistent as ever. But for everyone here at the moment, thanks for joining in, especially for one of the most recent streams here on YouTube. I've been on Twitch with the streams lately, but thanks for showing up for the YouTube side. Hopefully everything looks good. Hopefully everything sounds good. I'm also recording this, so while the live stream will be up on the page, right when this ends, a higher resolution video will go up as well. At 1080p, 60 frames a second. Recording will go up. So if you have your notifications set, you'll get a notification of when that goes up. So get those set. Subscribe if you're lurking on the outside and have yet to subscribe. If you're watching this later, if you've found this through whatever algorithm YouTube has set up, subscribe. We put things here all the time. Like or dislike, comment, good, bad, notification stuff. Wild man, welcome. Thank you for joining. What else is it going to say? In the description of this video and of the recording that'll go up, there's a link for the Discord, the North America RaceRoom Discord community. If you're not a member there, make sure and find your way into that community. It's a RaceRoom centric community for RaceRoom races, ranked and unranked, but we also, a lot of us race other stuff as well. So it's really a sim racing community overall, with RaceRoom being the main factor of it. But hey, we do everything in there. So join just to join to link up with us and everything. And hey, you know, if you join and you're not into RaceRoom, you might get into RaceRoom. It's a great game. They also have a summer sale going on right now. I'm promoting that, but I get nothing for that. We're not directly connected with any of the official, you know, RaceRoom stuff, but there is a sale going on right now where a lot of things are 50% off. So look to the store, look to the VRP, get the VRP. You know, buy anything you might want, tracks and cars and packs and all that good stuff. So, and now is probably the best time to try to jump in with the summer sale, which I think goes until the 24th or 25th. So, you've got about 10, 11 days left to look over the store, buy something you may not have, or to buy everything if you have nothing, if you're new to the game. It's a good time to get in. The software is on auto, but So, Mr. Daigle, after turns 1 and 2, looks like maybe too much throttle, so it threw him very much to the inside wall. So it's going to be interesting if he has any damage, or if it does, you know, the extent of that damage. So he may be coming into pit maybe very soon to repair some damage there, but he stays in 5th position where he was, but he is now a lap down, as that was Theodore Insbury making a pass as the P1 individual, so he is now a full lap down. We'll cross fingers that there's either minimal damage or that he can fix something and continue on. Focused on Mr. Daigle, and the software was not moving around, but Theodore Insbury here. I'm like a broken record at the moment. He is doing everything he needs to do. He has now a 35.5 second lead. We are down to almost 51 minutes remaining of this race. I can only assume maybe pit stops will be coming up in a little bit, but I don't know. If I was a true broadcaster, I would know that. I would have done my homework. Right now I'm flying by the seat of my pants, right here with you all, watching along, and just talking about things. As always, thank you for being a part of that. Emery Anderson here, still P3. What is he? He's about 1.2, 1.4 seconds behind Luke Filippone in P2. So, ever since Luke getting by Emery, it feels like forever ago. I'm not even sure how long ago that was. They've kind of held their status quo here for P2 and 3. And Emery was down like 3 seconds to Luke in P2, so he's done a little bit of a clawback. To now at least be under 2 seconds to Luke in front of him, so I don't know if that's really just due to pace, or if Luke had an issue somewhere within that time frame that's allowed Emery to kind of get his way back up and closer. 6, and all the way down that backstretch. It's a long backstretch. It's all the way from 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 5, quote unquote. Here we go. So Emery just rockets by Luke here. P2. And I don't know what's kind of happened to Luke there, but Emery shot off like a rocket. But now Luke is coming right on back through turn 11 and 12. So maybe a little cat and mouse? I don't really know. Maybe Luke's trying to keep it interesting. Hey, Mark Sutton, how are you, sir? No rollovers for me. No, I'm not in this. I wouldn't dare drive these cars. I think the only place you could really roll over is turn 1 if you hit the tires in the ground. If you do that, you're pretty much game over for this circuit. Then again, these cars are so low to the ground, I don't even know if you could flip them. I could certainly find a way, though. So these two, Luke and Emery, are chess battle here. Theodore is now up to 42 seconds. He's still going. He just passed the pit lane, so he's not pitting yet. I'm gonna have to give classes. Yeah, I could. Instead of teaching people how to sim race, I'll just teach people how to do rollovers. Excuse me. Here we go. Sorry, I should have been focused on this. So Luke and Emery once again trading positions between 2 and P2, P3, rolling there between turn 13 and 14, down into 15 for the start-finish line. These guys are all over the place. This is this is hot action here between P2 and 3. I'll tell you what, let's go cockpit. There's the rear. So I don't know if it's the vehicle that Chevy, the Monza, just has that much power on the straight line that he's able to blow right by Luke, and then Luke catches up with him in the corners. I don't know. That seems to be the case, where Luke can just maybe outbrake Emery, like he's kind of doing there, where Emery will pull away on the straights and then Luke comes shooting in, through the turns and the break points. But I won't complain. It's leading to some beautiful close racing here. So obviously the director will keep itself with these two at the moment. So we're gonna see if Luke can do a switchback once more between these two positions. So here's our first pit. Muhammad off into the ditch around turn 11. There goes Theodore Insbury. But Luke Filippone, we're going to follow him in here. He is pitting with about 46 minutes to go. He was in P3. Theodore goes wide in 13. So I don't know what's going to happen with Luke with his tires. Everything's still on the ground at the moment, so he might be getting fuel. Theodore Insbury goes by. So the only person on the lead lap with Theodore at the moment is Emery Anderson in P2. Excuse me. So I'm really just trying to see. He has to be getting fuel at the moment. Daigle is now gone into P3 since Luke is here in the pits. Looks like Mohammed has probably retired due to damage. So we're now down to 4 people left, unfortunately, with just under 45 minutes left to go. This is a very long pit time. I'm kind of wondering if Luke is having an issue. So there's Emery Anderson now pitting, who I believe is now a lap ahead of Luke. So we're going to see who gets out of here first. If Emery gets out of here first, then Luke may be having an issue. Nope. So that was a long time to put fuel in the car. So now he's probably getting all 4 tires since that car is going up all the way. There's Theodore Ensbury also in the pits with 43 minutes to go. Man, that yeah. So when Luke leaves the pit here, he is going to be a lap down to Theodore. We're going to stick here. I believe. Where is show me the relative? Show me the money and show me. There it is. So Luke Filippone is 1 lap down. Emery Anderson is a minute 16 down, but I'm going to have to assume he's probably a lap down, sitting in the pits at the moment. But these cars take forever to fill up, it seems. So we're going to keep our eye on Luke here. We're going to be switching back all over the place. Luke is trying to get back on the lead lap. So if he can get around before Theodore gets up off the ground for his tires, he'll still be probably P4, but he'll be at least on the lead lap and not a lap down. But Theodore has yet to go up. Emery Anderson is now up, so he's getting 4 tires. Luke's coming through turns 11 and 12. Theodore has yet to go up. Emery is still getting tires fitted to his vehicle. And here comes Luke. Daigle is now into P1. So there's Emery Anderson out of the pits. And Luke Filippone. There's, it looks like Theodore might only be getting front tires, maybe? So Luke has made his way back to he's on the lead lap, as well as Emery is. And Daigle is in P1. Theodore is leaving the pits, maybe only front tires, in P2. About 30, should be about 31 seconds behind P1. Daigle. I'm not sure when Daigle's going to pit. But this is going to be interesting to keep our eye on. Emery Anderson, where is he? Just in so he's coming there. Theodore, yeah. So Emery and Luke are on the lead lap. They're just very far behind, obviously. P1 and 2. Here comes. So Daigle is pitting. So this is going to allow Ensbury to get his P1 position back. As we will see here in just one moment, we'll stick on him. And then once he has it, as you can see, Luke Filippone and Emery Anderson once again battling like they have all race. But here comes your P1. in just a second, as Insbury has completed a pit stop. He's made his all the way back around. He is now back into P1 ahead of Daigle, who is still in the pits. He's in P2, but Emery Anderson and Luke Filippone are making their way around to potentially steal that place away. Daigle is yet to get off the ground, so he's still getting fuel. So we're going to watch these two, Emery and Luke, to see where they should cycle probably back around where it's Insbury P1, Anderson P2, Filippone P3. As you can see, Daigle is still on the ground, so he's yet to even get tires. And here comes Anderson and Filippone across the start-finish line. And now up into P2 and 3. So Daigle will be in P4 as P5 and 6 are out of this race. So we're down to 4 people. And we're going to keep it here. This is the closest battle between the 4. These two are about 48 seconds behind Theodore Insbury in P1. Pretty safe to assume that this is a one-stop race. So from here on out, with 38 minutes left, these guys will just be racing for position as they go along. We'll cross fingers that there's no issues with anyone in these last 38 minutes. Yes, Mark, fueling is very slow in these. Daigle is just now leaving the pits. So it must take... It's unbelievable how long it takes to fuel those things up. You're only sitting there for a full minute. Probably not that long, but it feels like they were sitting there for a very long time getting fuel before even going up and getting tires. So now we just sit back and we watch. These two, Emery Anderson, Luke Filippone, P2 and 3, are going to be in a 37-minute shootout for the last 2 positions of the podium. I doubt they can catch P1, but never say never. Anything can happen. These two are going to be locked in with each other here for the next half hour to see who's going to end up P2 and P3. So we're going to switch the standings back. So right now, Theodore Insbury has about a 50-second lead to Emery Anderson at P2, and Luke and Emery are separated by less than a second, as I'm sure they will be here for, like I said, the next half hour plus. They're going to be all over this place, trying to get the best of each other. As long as no one hits that tire barrier at turn 1 and or turn 2, everyone should be just fine. If anyone's watching at the moment and you've yet to put a thumbs up on this video, please do so. At least for me. Do it for me. Do it for the North America RaceRoom Discord, for the YouTube, for America, from wherever you come from. Do it for everything. Throw a like on it. To those that may be watching this later, throw a like on it. Throw a comment on it. Throw anything on it, really. These two here, these two are going crazy. But they're definitely keeping active, keeping things interesting in this race. Here goes Luke on the inside, turn 5. Let's go cockpit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to assume that the Monza that Emery is in is just straighter or faster in the straight line, straighter in the fast line. Not really though. But you can see how he just pulls away from Luke, and then Luke just catches right back up within the turn. So that's why these two are doing this cat and mouse that they're doing. Where now Luke gets by Emery. So they've switched once more. And you now have Luke Filippone in P2, Emery Anderson in P3. Both of them are about 57 seconds behind Theodore Insbury in P1. I'll give it a few minutes and then I will actually jump to Theodore just to see how he's going along. He just put in his last lap was a 1:24.2. So he is just in the last lap. He's over a full 2 seconds faster than anyone else out there. So that's why he's built a 59-second lead. So here goes Emery. Trying to get close on the straight, which he did. But then this is where Luke seems to pull away through the corners of turn 5 on the opposite end of the circuit, and then turns 11, 12, 13 on this end of the circuit. And they flow through 13, 14, into 15, and then up the straight. Ooh. And Emery looks like he went very wide through there, which is put a little pocket between himself and Luke, about 2.5 seconds. As I said, so we jumped up to Theodore Insbury, who is coming up on Emery. There's Daigle. I'm just seeing where Daigle was. He's on the back side of the circuit. So Theodore here is within shouting distance of Emery and Luke, who are still on the lead lap, but yet are a full second behind. No, a full minute. My apologies. A full minute behind Theodore here. And as I've said numerous times, Theodore is just going about his business. He is being a silent assassin of the Salzburgring. He is showing it who's boss. He's keeping everything nice and tidy, nice and clean. He's putting in, laps of 1:23.9s to 1:24 something, and those lap times are 2 seconds better than anyone else at the moment. So that's also another reason why he has grown his lead to 1 minute and 1 second. So he does not have to do anything crazy. Just has to keep it on track, keep a steady pace, and off he goes. Taking Jägermeister to the moon. Looks like he clipped maybe the tire barrier. If not, then he came awful close. I'm gonna let Auto do its business here, which the auto director actually just wants to stay with with Theodore. So we'll stick with him for just a little bit, and then if we need to jump around, automatically we will. What's happening here? Thank you to you all in the chat at the moment, watching along. Hopefully the stream sounds okay. Hopefully it still looks okay. I'm pleasantly surprised with how well we seem to be doing here with YouTube. While it's not a pristine picture or a pristine streaming image, we're at least here on YouTube live with no issues. A recording of this race will go up later. That will be of better quality. I stream. Ooh. Go back. So Theodore, it's like he missed maybe a break point or something. So he went all the way through the tire barrier, kind of around it. The service road around turns 1 and 2. So I'm not sure what happened there, but luckily he did not hit anything, and has continued on his way. As I was saying, I stream. This streams in 720p, 60 frames a second, but I record at 1080p, 60 frames a second. So this stream will be on the North America RaceRoom YouTube page. There will also be another recording going up tomorrow morning that will be a higher resolution. It'll look better. It'll be all the same content. Be my same voice, the same things that I've been saying right now. There's no difference other than it'll just look a little bit better. So keep an eye out for the recording to go up tomorrow. If you're here now, put a like on this stream. If you find this later, put a like on it. If you find the recording later, once it goes up, put a like on that. Put a like on everything. We're following Theodore. Still. Well, not still. We were just on someone else. But I've put the software on auto director, so it's kind of just flowing through with whoever it wants, with the big gaps in between all the places. It probably doesn't really know who to go with, so it's just sticking with Theodore since he's in P1. Let's see, Emery's about 5 seconds behind Luke in P2. Let's check in on him. In the Chevrolet Monza, the Lime Rock. It's a nice looking livery though. So you can see in the shot there, Luke, about 5 seconds ahead in P2. So we'll stick with Emery for a little bit, since there's only 4 people left. And then you can see in the same shot there. So Emery is in P3, and you just saw Theodore Insbury in P1 come into the shot. So these two guys are also, they're racing for position of P2 and 3, but they're also trying to do whatever they can to stay in front of Theodore Insbury. That way they don't go a lap down. So Mark, you're asking, Theodore has changed his green bean can. Shims. What are shims? I guess I'm not sure. I think I know what you're asking, Mark. But then again, I'm also not sure. You mean spinach? Popeye? Maybe he ate his Wheaties, for dinner. Update his lawn chair. He did. So Mark, he did not update his lawn chair, but he got a new shifter that's attached to his lawn chair. It's not an H pattern. It's not paddle shifters. He's actually doing an H pattern stick shift shifter. So that's something new to his repertoire. Maybe that's allowing him to be almost a minute and 2 seconds ahead of the competition of Luke Filippone in P2 and Emery Anderson in P3. Whatever Mr. Insbury is doing, it's working. But he's also a connoisseur of race cars and vehicles and everything else. So I'm sure he knows these Group 5s very well from real life racing and from in here. So I have no doubt he's probably an expert on how these things operate, how they act, and how to drive them. So he's fully in the zone. So we are coming up on 21 and a half minutes. We have unfortunately we have 4 people left. Theodore Insbury is fully, squarely in P1 with just 1 minute and 3 second lead over Luke Filippone in P2. We're not on auto director anymore. So here's Theodore. He's into P3, 5 and 6. He's in the Fab car. I forget the number with the Fab car, but either way, he's in the big wing Jägermeister livery. The orange bullet. It will take you to the moon. It will rev you up, and then it will tear you down later. But he's in the zone. He is doing what he needs to do. He is absolutely killing this track. He's a minute and 3 seconds ahead of Luke Filippone in P2. And Luke is just now coming across the start-finish line. You can see P3, Emery Anderson right there behind him. And I have no doubt by the time Emery gets to turn 1, you're going to see, there he is, right on cue. Theodore Insbury, P1. So Luke and Emery here are doing what they need to do to try to fight for P2 and 3, but also to stay ahead of Theodore Insbury. Not that there's anything wrong if you were to go, if Insbury were to lap you and put you 1 lap down. Gillis, Daigle. A new name that I have yet seen, but I'm happy he's here. But he is 58 seconds behind P3. He is also a lap down. So if Luke and/or Emery were to go a lap down to Theodore Insbury, they would not lose their current positions. They would still be fighting for positions 2 and 3. So there wouldn't be anything lost if Insbury were to eventually catch them and get by them. Zoltan, Mr. Lupu is not here. Oh, Shim's what holds up his table. I understand now. Yes, I understand what you're saying now. Maybe you just got a whole new table. Zoltan, Mr. Lupu, decided to bow out of this race. I don't think he was not very comfortable with the Group 5s. And I think for a lot of folks, it comes down to, on one hand, attempt the race, attempt to drive the car, but then on the other hand, you have to worry about your rating and your rep if anything were to happen. So some of the higher ranked racers like Theo Lupu, John Wanzorak, Theodore Ensbury, they do win a race, but then they also think about their rating and their rep and the where they are on the ranking leaderboard. Not that they say that's all they care about, but you got two sides of the coin, really, with how RaceRoom kind of penalizes you for either dropping out of a race or disconnecting or getting a ping kick or whatever. So but I have no doubt next week, or really starting from tomorrow through next Wednesday, we'll see a bunch of people. This Friday, what are we doing? We're doing a collection of GT3 cars. Where at? I'm telling you, I should know all this off the top of my head, and I don't. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, Friday, Suzuka. They're calling it the meme car. What's this? Mark, I don't know. I don't know if he got the shifter, directly for the DTM 95 championship. I'm certain he's going to use it in the championship. Don't know if it'll, make him better or worse. But I think he just really wanted an H shifter compared to paddles. As I was saying, Friday, it's the meme car GT3 at Suzuka. And what we mean by meme car is that there's only certain GT3 cars selectable word, available to select. My ping's great, Mark. Oh, you're talking to Zoltan. To be honest, I think he was afraid of my speed. Hey, Rangy. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I was looking at my phone for Friday. I didn't notice you show up. As always, great to see you here. We're down to 4 people. Mr. Ensbury is killing this circuit. He's 1 minute and 8 seconds ahead of Luke Filippone in P2. Mr. Ensbury has been cool, calm, and collected, as I've said a few times. He's done everything he's needed to do, and then some. I'm getting all over the place. Friday, if you're here listening, Friday, Suzuka meme car GT3. That means it's the Alpina, the Z4, the Camaro, the Ford GT, the Mustang, the MP4, the SLS, the GTR, and the P45, and the Z06. Only those can be picked. So show up for Friday, or else. Or don't. It's okay if you don't. That'll be our next stream, Friday night. Community racing event, unranked, all for fun. Just to get out there and turn some laps, have some laughs. Let's see, Emery Anderson, where's he at? He's 2.9 seconds behind Luke. So even after all this time, I mean, they are only separated by 2 to 3 seconds at the most. And it's because of that right there. Emery in that Monza on the backstretch from 6 to 10 is just a complete rocket. A rocket ship. Which enables him to close the gap, but then Luke, through 11, 12, all the turns, that Zach speed is crazy through the turn. So that's why they've played cat and mouse so much, is that Luke can get away in the turns, and then Emery, you know, closes the gap a little bit in the front stretch and the back stretch. And you can also see there that Theodore is getting ever so closer to Emery there in P3. So with about 12 and a half minutes to go, knock on wood that nothing happens to Mr. Arnsbury, but he kind of has this locked up, unless I just jinxed him for saying that. And if I do, I'm very sorry. Here comes rocket ship Emery on the backstretch once again. So I mean, he's now back under 2 seconds. Just rolling down there. It's crazy. So just a quick recap. It's been a fairly good, clean race. What did we start with? 6, unfortunately. We had, I think, like 11 through practice. And then about 8 or 9 through qualifying, down to 6 for the race. Unfortunately for Zoltan, had a hardware issue with his wheel, kicked the plug out, so that I gave him his DNF. Mohammed, I believe, probably DNF due to damage. I believe he got into the wall pretty heavily on his front end, and that leaves you with P1 through 4. And like I said, they've all been fairly clean. Not a whole lot of off tracks. Not a whole lot of incidents between each other. If there's been any incidents at all, it's been just solo incidents of an off track or a slight spin or whatnot. Pit stops happened around the 45 to 43 minute left range. It seemed, and Rangy, you might know, it seemed to take forever to refuel the cars. Not over-exaggerating, it seemed like they sat there for a full minute before even going up for tires. So that kind of cycled around, folks. And as I'm saying that, Luke Filippone gets very wide after T1 and T2 and has allowed Emery to get back in. Oh no, so Luke is very slow here after going off. Ooh, so he's got some major damage to his front end. We'll see if he can soldier on with that with under 10 minutes to go. Theodore will no doubt catch him, put him a lap down, but he'll still stay in P3. But he must have had a lot of throttle coming out of 1 and 2, and just probably went sideways into the wall there. Depending on how much time it would take, I mean, Luke could go into the pits and get some repairs. He has about a 56 second lead on Daigle. So if he needs to, it could certainly happen instead of having to DNF or whatnot. So Luke is still rolling, so he still seems to be going. I see some smoke with the sparks, so he may just be trying to get to the finish. Well, they're all kind of smoking. So maybe not. Maybe it's just he's got some damage, I'm sure, but I'm sure the cosmetic looks a little more than what's actually fully under the hood there. But back to my quick recap, I guess you could say. Pit stops happened around the 45-43 minute to go mark. That cycled folks around, but then eventually Theodore Ensberg here ended back up in P1 and has kept it for... He's been in P1 for about 95% of this race so far, so he's done what he's needed to do. Emery Anderson and Luke Filippone in P2 and 3 have been in constant battle, back and forth for position. A lot of overtakes, a lot of position changes, and they still were in a fight until a couple minutes ago, with Luke sustaining a little bit of damage there, but really at this point with 7 minutes to go, you're really just doing anything you can to get to the finish. Luke still has a podium position, which is always a good thing no matter how many people are in it, I guess. Granted, there's only 4, but hey, the podium's a podium, the finish is the finish. Can't take that away from me. Especially after 90 minutes in a Group 5 car around this quick track. Yeah, Mark, I'm hoping with 6 minutes to go, I'm hoping no one decides to roll it or to get enough damage to not finish. And I'm seeing messages within the Discord of a lot of folks having connection issues, so also hoping maybe something doesn't happen here in the last 5 minutes of this race where the server kicks off or whatnot. Hopefully we get to the finish here. I'm seeing some folks getting some connection errors. So we are now under the 5-minute mark. Am I in Auto Director? I am. We'll focus on Luke here. Thank you, Mark, for saying something. I think Auto Director was just focusing on Ensbury the most, since he is clearly all the way out there with nothing going on. But yes, Luke is down under 2 seconds once again on Emery Anderson, so this is going to be a fight to the end, even with the damage. He was, that was 4 or 5 seconds behind Emery in P2, so he has fought his way back, as he's done numerous times in this race. So he's going to push Emery to the limit, all the way to the checkered flag. to go. Look at this. What a run off turn 15. Let me get to the cockpit. Watch this all the way down. Actually, we'll stick right here for this entire lap. But I'll make sure to not miss Theodore Insbury coming across the line at the race end. Look at that. That was fantastic. He turns 1 and 2 there. Fantastic exit. Right into turn 5. That Zach speed is ungodly through the turns. It's crazy. Here we go. So Emery, being the rocket that he is on the backstretch, that's why he's gotten back ahead. And we're going to see what happens here. Once we get down to turn 10, 11, and 12, where I'm sure we'll see Luke come right on back. He can just outbrake and coast right through there. Look at that. That's amazing. That's why these two have been just on each other this entire race. There's 13 through the chicane, 14 into 15. And who gets the better exit? Oh, a little squirrely for Luke. Just a little squirrely. We'll follow him again, but we're going to make sure to not miss Theodore. Another great exit. Let's switch to Theodore real fast. So Theodore is on his final lap. So now that I know that, I'm going to keep a reminder. Basically, once these two cross the line, Theodore will cross for a race finish. Emery getting loose there. He just looks throttle. So that's allowed Luke to stay really close. This is fantastic. It's a great view, too. Luke is holding on to that wheel, shaking the wheel, holding on to it. He's going to hit the brakes here at 11. He's going to coast right on through it. He's going to go to the outside. He's trying to go to the inside. 10, 11, 12. He's back ahead. So that is going to be an interesting last lap for these two. They are going to be going on their final lap. And not to miss, there goes Emery into turn 1. So Theodore Insbury is coming up to the line. These two, unbelievable action here. I can't even stay on at all. Your race winner, Mr. Theodore Insbury, with 61 laps. Finishes. Fantastic work. We're going to switch back to this. Final lap for Luke and Emery here. P2 and P3. They've gone back and forth for 90 minutes long. And I mean 90 minutes. These two have been back and forth. Emery's going to be coming up ever so fast down the backstretch. Luke is probably going to, as he has been always doing here, braking late. Coasting down to 10, 11. Sliding right on through. Sliding right on by even. Wow, what a pass on the outside. Into 12. That might have been the winning pass for, or not winning pass, but the final pass for Luke for P2. That amazing race from these two here. All the way through the 90 minutes. I mean, just constant action. Emery gets a little bit wide. Oh boy. So Luke is your P. Oh my, Luke P2. What an ending. What happened? What's going on here? So your official positions. Theodore Insbury, your winner, your overall winner, P1. Luke Filippone, P2. a minute and 7 seconds behind. Emery Anderson finishes P3 with a 110, about 3 seconds behind P2. Gillis, Mr. Daigle, finishes 1 lap down, been in P4, and then the unfortunate DNFs for Mohammed, Udia, and Zoltan, P5 and P6. Yes, that was a full send. Wow. That was a lot of action there in the last 3 minutes. But hey, there is your 90-minute weekly ranked event with the Group 5s at the Salzburgring. Congratulations to Theodore Ensbury on his fantastic race. Ending up in P1. Having P1 for, like I said, about 95% of that race. He was up there the entire time. He was doing what he needed to do. Kept it clean, kept it fast, kept it on track. No major problems. In with a P1. Luke Filippone at P2, Emery Anderson P3. Those two had a constant battle for 90 minutes, it felt like. Back and forth, up and down. Those two cycled between P2 and P4 the entire time. Luke got the best, or got the better of Emery, or not of Emery, but really got the better of the final lap there, with a fantastic sliding pass through 10 and 11 to come home in P2. Emery Anderson coming home in P3, so there is your podium. The unfortunate, we only had 4 people finish out of 6, but sometimes that happens with the combination that comes up. We'll hopefully see some better numbers next week for all the various things that are planned. For Friday, if you're around, make sure you come out. We're running a selection of GT3 cars at Suzuka. So, everyone loves the GT class. Everybody loves GT3s. So, find your way out for a couple 20-minute races of action. I think 7:40 Eastern time is when that practice starts up. With it being unranked, you can join all the way through qualifying, so you don't actually have to be there right at 7:40. Join in whatever time you need before race time, and you'll be good. So that's really all I've got. I'm just happy YouTube kept up. Hopefully it all looked good. Hopefully it all sounded good. I've enjoyed you all being here. I appreciate you all being here. I'm just a babbling man at times with this. But we like to showcase the folks of our Discord, of the community, as long as with everyone else. So anyone that comes out, and we like to have these streams, we like to have these recordings. So make sure that you, if you have a Twitch account, follow the Twitch North America RaceRoom account on that side. We go live over there at times. Follow this channel here, subscribe to it, like, dislike, comment something good, comment something bad, comment anything you want. Get your notifications set up, so if we do go live here like this evening, you get a notification for it. All videos, as they're streamed live, are recorded in a higher resolution. Those all go up on this YouTube page as well, so you'll get notifications of when the better looking videos, I guess you could say, go up. So like I said, we'll be back for Friday. I'll be racing in that, so it'll be the stream with all the Discord members talking or not talking, depending on how in the zone some the people are. We'll see. But Fridays are a great time. Saturday, I believe, is a long ranked race. I forget what it is, but the new schedule comes out tomorrow, so keep your eye out for the new schedule. For the next week's endurance race, for the Saturday race, for all the other various races that happen all day, every day. So, Mark, Zoltan, everyone else, everyone that stopped by, thank you for liking this. Thank you for being here, hanging out with me, listening to me, and all the stupid things I might say. I'm going to sign off. Everyone have a great evening. Everyone have a great Thursday. See you back on Friday, and we'll get ready to go. Mark, have a good rest of your vacation. We'll see you when you get back. And that's it. That's all I've got. So have a good one, and we'll see y'all next time.